Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a state of the market update. Today is March 14th, 2020. First off, this is not a recommendation to buy, hold, or sell any stock or security. This is for informational purposes only. I may hold positions in some of the stocks mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, so getting to the charts. We have the SPX, and it has this potential level of support, and it doesn't care about any of this. It just continues to slice right through areas that we would technically expect. Maybe there'd be a little resistance, a little support here, right? A little support. It was resistance here, was resistance here, was resistance here, but it didn't. And I think there's a lot of information in this, because if it slices through so easily, that just tells you how many people are going for the exits all at the same time. So even when you see these nice big green days, like, oh, look, it's a bottom, right? Well, not really, because what did it do? It made just this little looking bear flag, and then boom, right back through it. And so now we saw a nice huge day on Friday. Maybe it V's, maybe this is the bottom, but I think that is the lower possibility. I mean, when you look at the moving averages here, right? Here's your long 150-day EMA, and it's turning lower. The 23-day is slicing through the 150 and also the 65. They're all turning down. The 65 is going to cross over the 150. Again, I don't think the cross bears any importance, except that they are now will be, as soon as it crosses, completely bearishly aligned. And we have to assume the market is going lower at this point until it proves otherwise, in my opinion. So this area, market didn't care about. What's the next area? Well, this 2015-2016 area makes a lot of sense, right? That's a pretty good drop. I think it's about 50%. So let's take a look here. No, I'm sorry, 37%. So that'd be 37% from the peak would be in this area. And this is an area I'd be, I'm watching, right? 21, even 50-ish would be fine. Down to maybe 2100, somewhere in that area. We'll see what happens if it gets down there. I mean, this is an area that could be important, maybe, but again, this one seems just much more significant. And if that doesn't hold, the other area would be down here, right? And so this is a very big area, and we're going to look at this on the weekly just for fun. And this is the area that is from, where is this, 2000, 2008, 2007, right here. This was the official breakout right here, and this beautiful uptrend. So the 2150-ish area, and then here, 15 to 1600, right? That's the 50% retracement right there, right? 50%, yeah, right around 54, 55%. Yeah, that's big. Now you see this blue line right here. Well, this blue line, I'm going to a monthly chart now. Look at this blue line. It's really interesting. And let's go to a line chart, because look at this. So this is 1932. All right, 1932. And we have this uptrend line right here. Again, this is the Great Depression. So this is the bottom, and then I have an uptrend line here. And this is really interesting to me, because it has shown support, or at least significance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And, this is where it kind of crosses here. So again, this is June, right? This would be June where the cross is. Not saying I'm timing it. I'm definitely not timing it. I'm just saying that this area right here and this uptrend line. So, it can move sideways here and maybe hit it, or it could go down, right, and maybe hit it, or maybe it doesn't hit it. But it's just something that I've noticed, and it's just, again, really interesting to me. All right, but going back to the daily chart and some hollow candles. All right. So that's the SPX. Again, I think that there is more down coming. I just the momentum is so strong to the downside. It's not something I would want to fight against. Going to the Qs. Qs have this beautiful channel, boom and boom. We've got towards the bottom of it. It rebounded nicely. And now we'll see what happens. Again, bearishly aligned moving averages, all turning down. This is an area that has held many times in the past, since 2011. We'll see what happens now. IWM, by far the weakest. A little double top looking action right there. And it is just, I mean, there are no support levels, right? I have some fibs on here. But again, there's so much momentum to the downside. This 85-ish area may be something interesting, maybe 85 to 87. That's where the Fibonacci retracement from the 09 to the most current to the high is. We'll see. Again, these are potential levels, not known levels. Nothing is really known. But this is a very important area, 85, 86. We'll see if it makes it there. We'll see if it holds. Dow Jones Composite Average. Again, just everyone going for the exits. I mean, this one bearishly aligned. I mean, now the 65 has crossed over the 150. The 23 is straight down. And the average is straight down. And this is just, again, we're talking, it was down 30%. It retraced a little bit of it, but the momentum is hard to the downside. Financials had a great day on Friday, but again, straight down. That's just an oversold bounce, in my opinion. This is just as ugly as it gets, especially with the false breakout here at the level that is just crazy significant, right? This crazy significant level. This was the 07, 08 top, right? 07 top. It hit here in 2018. Hit it again. Looked like it was breaking out, and then boom, right? Oh, so brutal. And so, to me, this is just everyone running for the doors at the same time. Really bad looking. Moving on to, semiconductors. So semiconductors, I mean, not looking good either. All rolling over. But they're just down less than everything else, right? So they're down, well, not that much less. That was 28% peak to the trough right here. So bearishly aligned. Can't say much about that. This is the area I'm looking at. This 101-ish to 104. Again, a major area, right? This area was from the 2000 highs, right? And the breakout here was so important. This breakout here was hugely important. Well, now we're coming down to test it. This 105, we'll call it 100 to 105 level. And that is crazy important to hold. This doesn't hold, and all bets are off at that point. Moving on to lumber. Lumber, again, it rebounded some, like most things, but we are downtrend, move side, downtrend. So to me, this has just got, it's got to move down again. Maybe then a bottoming action will happen. Maybe not. Again, this was a very significant area going back, and now we've broken below it. And so, again, another indicator of more down to come. Or at least I would not trust any rally. Not yet, at least. Put-call ratio. So we're getting into the bearish section. But look, every time it gets a little more bearish, boom, we have one day and everyone jumps back onto the bullish side. Again, not that it's not bearish leaning, but it's not capitulation. I mean, when you're looking for capitulation, like that's capitulation, right? Right there. That's in 2010. But that was a beautiful capitulation. And even here, right? 2016, right here, December of 2018, up here near this 2, like that's a major capitulation when you get to 2, right? We got to 1.5. Okay, great, nice, wonderful. It's not capitulation, not to me at least. Now we get to this 2 range, now we're talking. Now we're looking for bottoms and constructive momentum divergences and that kind of stuff. All right, moving on. High yield bonds, right? Again, another risk on, risk off. Boom, straight down. Again, risk off. Nobody wants to be in high yield bonds. The VIX, VIX is high, right? Not the highest, obviously, right? It's been up to 81 and so on and so forth. But it's pretty high. Got pretty high. Again, but if you look here, October 2008, months it stayed up there. So it could be up there for a while. And then now moving on to the value line geometric index. Oops, let's try that one more time. All right. And you see, again, there was a hugely important area, right? Hugely important area, right? This is going back to 98 and 07, and this is 2015, and we broke above it, and everything was great. And then, boom, straight down, right? Again, this was 2018 right here. Boom. All right. But this right here, oh my God, straight down like this. Again, that just tells you that the selling is, everybody's getting sold, right? So again, completely risk off look. I mean, looking at the fear and greed index, the CNN fear and greed index, I mean, we're into extreme fear. Some people say, oh, it's a contrarian indicator. Now it's time to go long. Yeah, but see, here's the problem. It could stay like this for a while. Just because it hits 5. Listen, we could go with 7. Was that the time to go long? Nope. So again, it just shows that everything is now moving to downside in unison, right? There is no such thing as relative strength at this point. As far as, when I say that, I mean that as far as going to the long side for more than a bounce or a couple of days, right? Obviously, that's how we're going to make our watch list, right, on relative strength. But at this point, there's nothing to even, I'd be very careful with longs, even though there is one I like, and I'm going to show you in just a second. But let's look at gold for a second. Here's gold. Now, gold, again, on the weekly, you had this area that looked like it was crazy important, right? Because, and let's go to some candles here. You see, this area acted as support here. Boom, boom, boom. And now it went above and broke down below. That right there is concerning if you're a gold bug. Now, some people say this is a cup and now it's making a high handle. Maybe it is. I don't know. But back below this area, and I would not want to be long any gold names. I mean, the miners look like total mierda, total garbage. Terrible, man. All right, but my long. I do have one long that looks kind of good. And that's actually Kroger stock. Now, let's look at this on a daily. Kroger stock was in a big time downtrend. Bottom, maybe a double bottom. This is a neckline here. Maybe you say the neckline is here. All right, I could go with that too, potentially, right? This could be the neckline right here. And now it's in an uptrend for sure. And it broke out. It's kind of testing this area, right? There's your uptrend. And just go into a grocery store, any grocery store you want to, right now, tonight, tomorrow. They are wiped out. I mean, people are buying everything. The meat department, not a shred of meat in there, right? Paper towels, toilet paper, cough and cold items, zinc lozenges, ice cream, whatever, water. They're buying everything. So they're doing crazy amounts of business right now. And when they report earnings, all that business is going to get reported with it. And it's going to be a huge, no one was expecting that. No one could foresee that. What's interesting too is Warren Buffett, I believe, got a position, or announced he had a position in this, back here, I believe, back in March. So on March 4th, beginning of the month. Anyway, so I think Kroger stock, if you want to be long something, you know what? This one looks pretty doggone good in the supermarket business. Anyway, everyone stay safe out there. Be careful. Know your risk and your time frame. Good luck.